Good morning and welcome to another absolutely beautiful morning in July. I'm back in the Alfa Romeo heading to a place called Chateau Impney. I absolutely love this car. What I don't like are these speed cameras up here. Average speed cameras, you've got to be really careful. And here we are. Well, we're here at Chateau Impney and it's an absolutely stunning place. What an unbelievable building. You'd be forgiven for thinking that I am right now in Monaco or somewhere down in the south of France, because look at the views. I can't believe I'm in England in the Worcestershire countryside. It's absolutely amazing. We've got helicopters coming in. It's going to take quite a while to explore this place, but before I do any of that, I'm going to go and get some breakfast, and then we'll go and have a look at some of the unbelievable supercars that are lined up. Okay, we've just had a lovely cooked breakfast, and the heat here is really picking up now. It's getting really hot. It must be approaching 30 degrees already. Very hot day. Now there is so much here, it's going to be overwhelming to try and get it all on video. Really difficult. There are so many supercars, classic cars, there are hill climb cars, there's absolutely everything. So it's not going to be possible to get absolutely every car on video because it will just go on for hours, but I'm going to try and pick the best of them, and I'm going to try and get some racing hill climbing videos. So here we go. So we've got a Ferrari Dino. I don't know what this model is. I've asked a couple of people which model of Ferrari this is. It's obviously a classic, but several people I've asked don't know, or are not 100% sure what model it is, but it is for sale, interestingly. Anyway, moving on, so we've got a Porsche Cayman GT4, another Ferrari Dino, Porsche Boxster Spider, which is one of the new Spiders, new versions of the Spider, and next to that we've got the convertible Lamborghini Hurricane, and next to that we've got the Lamborghini Gallardo. I think that's an LP 560. So, GT4, Spider. If you look at the ground clearance between the two, that's the Spider, that's the GT4. And the GT4 is definitely considerably lower. Now this is quite an interesting comparison. So you've got the Aston Martin Vantage V8 and the Jaguar F-Type S. And what's interesting is how similar they are. There you go, Aston Martin, Jag, Aston, Jag. When you see them next to each other like that, it's amazing how similar they actually are. And here's one for Ferrari fans. So here we've got a Ferrari 488 GT3 car, the real thing. And it's quite amazing to look at this. Get a look at this thing. Look at the tyres on it, unbelievable. Loads of carbon fibre, and have a look at this wing as well. On the back you can see all the very fine adjustments for it that are individually labelled. So this is obviously built for proper racing. The Nissan GTR Drivers Club here. So there's quite a few Nissan GTRs from all varieties. We've got the modern ones, a couple of old ones. It's amazing how much the GTRs actually changed over the years. But yeah, it's great to see them all together. Moving on then, here we have a stunning Ferrari 488 GTB. Absolutely amazing. Love the yellow, love the mix of the blue and the yellow with the yellow brake calipers and the yellow inducts on the side. Very, very nice, like that. My all-time favourite car, the Lamborghini Performante. This time we've got it in a red, again with the gold wheels. Every time I see a Lamborghini Performante, I want one more. Moving on from the Lamborghini, we've got the Ferrari 488 Spider. Absolutely beautiful car, done in black with black interior with the yellow stitching. Really, really nice. But have a look at the centre console. When I look at that with the buttons down the side, it really does again remind me of my Alfa Romeo 4C. McLaren, and this last one on the end, the Aston Martin DB11, this is the new one. And what is absolutely amazing to me is how big it is. I would say for a two-door car, this is probably one of the biggest cars. Just the whole car is absolutely massive. And here we've got the James Bond car. So Aston Martin DB5 Superleggera in the actual colour as well. I think this is probably the closest I've ever seen to the example of the actual Aston Martin from the James Bond, the famous James Bond films. Talking of Aston Martins, what about this one? So this is the Aston Martin GT8 Vantage, which has been supercharged by an independent specialist, adding over 100 brake horsepower to it, which must be absolutely crazy. Beautiful paint colour though. I love what they've done with the paint. Some loads of carbon fibre in there. Absolutely stunning. That's what I call an Aston Martin Vantage. Very, very good. Love it.
Well, they would probably just leave it straight off the production line.
Right, so we've got a really interesting lineup of Porsches here. So we've got the original flat six Boxster, which is next to the new 718 Boxster, and you can see how very similar they are. There are slight design changes, but next to that you've got the Porsche Cayman GT4. Not sure as I really like the GT4 in yellow though. Don't know, it just doesn't look right in yellow to me. Another Alfa Romeo 4C Spider. Now this is interesting. So this is the first time I've seen another 4C Spider at any event that I've been to in addition to mine. This one doesn't have any front number plate, which is I think is illegal actually, but I just want to have a quick look to see how this is different from mine. And I've spotted here, if we look down the sides, we have got the Italian flag logo, and he's got carbon fibre intakes on the bottom section of the car. Yeah, I really like that. Maybe that's something I need to do on mine. So here's one for Nissan GTR fans. How about this one in blue? It looks absolutely awesome in blue with the black wheels, and we've got a beautiful carbon fibre wing on the back, and it looks absolutely stunning. But here's the thing, it's been tuned by Litchfield and does 0 to 60 in just 2.5 seconds. So here's another car that looks stunning in blue, and it does seem like blue is the colour to have. Aston Martin Vantage, done with the blue and the carbon fibre in the bonnet. It really does set it off. Maybe, yeah, blue is the colour to have. It really does lift the car. So sticking with colours, going from blue to green, and this is the Lamborghini Gallardo in green, Lamborghini green, and I love this colour for the Lambo. It just looks awesome in that colour. So that's the colour to have if you're going to have a Lamborghini of any kind, I think. but I do love it in green. So Audi R8 V10 in white, and I can't make my mind up on this car at all. There's a point when I was actually thinking about getting an R8. When I look at it in the company of cars like the Porsches, the Aston Martins, the Ferraris, the Audi R8 just looks to me just too bland. It's almost like it shouldn't be there. And I do appreciate that the V10 is a really fast car. And here we've got the absolutely awesome Bugatti Veyron, and you can see now when you get up close to it why this is such a special car. And I don't know whether I'm going to... car going off the line there. And I don't know whether I'm going to pick this up on the camera that well, but if you look at the whole of the top of the body section, the whole of the top of the body is completely made of carbon fibre, and that is pretty awesome when you consider how much carbon fibre costs these days. So absolutely stunning car. First time I've got this close to one as well. I mean, literally you can walk up to it and yeah, touch it basically. But yeah, what an absolutely amazing car. You really appreciate it more when you get this close.
I was sat behind this police car and I could see
And here's the Ferrari Enzo. I think this is the closest I've ever got to one of these.
Fairly evil car to begin with. Jimmy Clark said racing a Lotus 30 was like paper hanging in a strong wind. Big Pierce. There's a glorious car, a 190, which is the Chevron V8. Not 1967 as you've seen on programme, but 1968 or 9, because they made them in the two. V6s were made in 67 because I'm a pedant. But I love chevrons. So this is the car with which the Knight brothers, Mike and Richard, won their class in the Targa Florio.
Got wind of this gearbox, bought it, and recreated Chaparral 2 around it. Here the package is an automatic box. Overtook this on the way here yesterday. In fact, it was backwards on a trailer, nothing to do with it. Pushing on down to the roundabout. Looks the lower gear. Away he goes again.
The first meeting here, she spent quite a lot of time down the escape road at the first corner. Which it almost does again. 215 is now on the line. That is the Brembo BZ21B of Martin Jones. Record holder and former BZD setter here at Chateau Impney. Martin Jones. There's a twin cam power car on twin Weber 45 cars. Went away very quickly with money, discovered it, rebuilt it in a week, and supposedly immaculate when Roger bought it. It never properly rebuilt. As they say there, ain't no substitute for cubes.
Intriguing front braking system, but front distance are way out in the breeze.
That's because the early space brake motor buttons were used to build it. 2 years arrived, but has pulled off. So we're into the touring car classes now. That's Roger.
Well, having looked around all these cars, here is the most surprising car I've seen here today, and probably the most surprising car I've seen, full stop, this year. So you'd be forgiven for thinking that what you're looking at right now is a McLaren, especially when it's parked right next to a McLaren. But what you're looking at is in fact a BMW. It's the new BMW i8 Roadster, and it has so many similarities to the McLaren, it's unbelievable, especially when you see it parked right next to one. The way the doors rise up is the same as the McLaren. You've got the carbon fibre tub, same as the McLaren. The interior is so similar to the McLaren as well. Even the dimensions of the car look almost the same. But of course this is a BMW, and it also has a full hybrid battery pack, so it can actually do 35 miles on a charge without even using petrol at all. I just can't believe how good this car is. I've got no idea how much it costs. It's probably only just come out, so I'm definitely going to talk to my BMW dealer about this. It's been another fantastic day out in this Alfa Romeo. We've seen some hill climbing, we've seen some awesome supercars. It's been a good day, and once again I've come away thinking just how good this little Alfa Romeo really is. So, cars of the day that I think were the best ones there, or the most exciting. The first one was a car I've never seen before, ever. It was the BMW i8 Roadster, and what an amazing car that was. When I first saw it, I thought it was a McLaren, and ironically it was actually parked next to a McLaren, and I don't know whether they did that deliberately, just so people could see just how similar it was. But my number one car of the day can only be one car. Of course, it's the Lamborghini Huracan Performante. What a car. Anyway, time to head home. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it.